Before I start this video, I want to be sure that people understand this. This is the woman that's claiming that I'm a perpetrator, okay? I'm in on this gang stalking nonsense. This is from a woman that admittedly bargains with the people that are stalking her. I don't bargain with the people that are stalking with me, or that are stalking me. I call the police on them. I inform the authorities about their activities. That's what I do when people stalk me. When people come over my home and vandalize my property, I call the police. When people are threatening me, I do something about it. Okay? I don't bargain with them. Now, these same people that are harassing this woman have tried to bargain with me. They've tried to get me to, to attack people, primarily to attack Lauren Pritchard, who I didn't attack, and I would never attack her. And Lauren and I do not agree on a lot of things. She's some kind of psycho Christian. I don't think she's a bad person. She's never done anything to me. Okay? This woman is, of course, a psycho Christian, too. And you'll notice that with a lot of the targeted individuals, a lot of them do suffer from what I would call religious addiction, religious obsession, and seem to have at least low-grade symptoms of schizophrenia or things of that nature, which these people try to take to the extreme. I think that's one of the reasons that they targeted me, is in a previous video when I was talking about the psychiatric community, I had mentioned that I was erroneously diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia when I was a child. That diagnosis was taken away because what it was is my outpatient psychiatrist had explained that the diagnosis was phony because I didn't have any of the symptoms. What it was is an inpatient facility was trying to milk my insurance, so they had decided to just change my diagnosis a couple times. I had a couple of really kooky diagnoses, including what's called xenophobia, which is a fear of foreigners. And my outpatient psychiatrist said a lot of this is just to milk the insurance. I'm very anti-psychiatric I'm very anti-psychiatric industry, as people know from my videos, okay? So what I would like to point out is, unlike these people that are claiming, oh, I make videos where I talk to the camera. Yeah, nobody tells me what to do with my channel. It's that simple. Now, I want to be very clear to the people, nobody's defended me. Nobody's defended me. I've never said anybody's defended me, and what I would like to make clear to the people that are being accused of defending me, you're being told that you're defending me to turn you against me, to make it appear as though it's my fault that you're being stalked. Keep that in mind. I never said anybody defended me. What it is they're saying you've defended me because you've brought me up, whether it's in reference to a chief handler video or etc. Now, I, on the other hand, anyone I see being harassed by these people, I do defend them. I defend them up until the point they start to victimize me, which is what this woman had done in the past, okay? So what I would like to point out, I'm not, the thing is, people go, I'm not defending anybody. I defend every one of these people's victims, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of whatever. I will defend them up until the point they begin to try and victimize me. That's when I decide to stop defending them, okay? Now, this woman, I think, is definitely in on what they're doing, which is one of the reasons she tries to call me a, quote, perp. She's calling me a perp, okay? So let's see what she says.
It is Living Soul 144. I got my subscribers back. What I have.
So what happened? Here we go.
Hi. Hey, it is Living Soul 144. I got my subscribers back. What I had to do was I cut a deal with the perpetrators.
She cut a deal with the perpetrators.
They said to me that if I changed my profile name to my birth name, that they would give me back my subscribers.
if she changed her profile name back to her birth name, they would give her back her subscribers. And I'm going to talk about that in a second.
And lo and behold, the next day I wake up, I just press my PC on, I search YouTube, I go into my profile, and all my subscribers are back. So sometimes I'm guilty of it. I will cut deals with the perpetrators, but
she's guilty of it. She cuts deals with the, quote, perpetrators.
Really, a lot of the time it's not effective, and sometimes they still will screw me over because they're not very fair. But this time I did get my subscribers back, like they said, if I renamed my account to my birth name. So that worked.
Now, one of the reasons I'm being accused of being affiliated with these people is because all of my subscribers are, quote, troll accounts. That's not true. I had about 300 subscribers that were real people for a while, okay? Now, what I want to point out, I don't care for the attention. This woman clearly wants the attention. She wants the attention bad enough that she will do what she's told to do by people that are harassing her, that are stalking her, that are making her very uncomfortable. That's how bad she wants the attention on YouTube. I don't care if everybody unsubscribes from my channel. My channel has never been to make the public happy. Never has been. My channel has never been to do anything but to express my thoughts on topics. And if people agree with my thoughts on those topics, they can subscribe, or they can watch the video, or they don't have to watch the video. My channel is not to make anyone happy but me. You got it? So all the subscribers I have, they could go away right now, and I wouldn't care. But this woman needs her subscribers, even though she recognizes they're all bullshit accounts.
And now, today, I'm going to finish off the remainder of the book of Matthew. Now, I have gone through the book of Revelation. I have it highlighted as well.
I don't need
I have gone
Bible lesson.
I'll expose
now, these people, this is what's funny. This Jode, okay? Now, the reason people say the things they say about her are because she's a little bit kooky, okay? Now, this is the thing. She's saying black Hebrew Israelites, white Hebrew Israelites, in parentheses, Nazis, same disinformation ideology, okay? Now, what's funny is I actually agree with her. That's what's actually funny. I don't really care because I think it's all a bunch of horse shit in the first place. But the thing is, the black Hebrew Israelites are black supremacists. The white, they don't call themselves white Hebrew Israelites. A lot of them call themselves Christian identity. The Christian identity movement is a big one. I've never heard them referred to as white Hebrew Israelites, but there are people that believe that the Anglo-Saxons are the descendants of the Israelites, and that the Ashkenazi Jews are not. It's the same nonsense as the black Hebrew Israelites. I actually agree with her on that. But the thing is, it's just kookery is what it is. It's kookery. What's funny is a lot of people, I honestly do think a lot of people that are not crazy should read Nature's Eternal Religion objectively, not as a religious text, but read Nature's Eternal Religion by, I'm not going to mention his name because that might get my channel banned. But the thing is, if you read that book, he calls out the horse shit. He calls out the nonsense of the various religions of the world and how they're all baloney. But it's very hilarious. I think that anybody, black, white, Asian, etc., really gives a damn about who the Israelites are or who the Israelites aren't. Okay, that's not really important. The Israelites themselves are a multitude of different people. If you look, Jewish people, they differ greatly morphologically. And the reason why is because they are not a single race of people, but they are all related to one another, except in the case of the Black Hebrew Israelites and the Christian identity movement, because they are clearly not descendants of any Semitic people. They are not descendants of they're not Jewish. They're just not Jewish. They're not Ashkenazi Jew. They're not Sephardi Jew. They're not Yemenite Jew. They're not. I'm trying to think of the different types of Jews, but they're none of them. So they're not any of these people. But yet they want to be Israelites because they believe that the Israelites have some kind of mystical power or something, which they do not. Okay. But let's hear what Jode has to say. I figured I'd finish this video off with showing how kooky she is.
Exposed. White Hebrew Israelites, Black Hebrew Israelites, you're all exposed by the Jode. I know very well that you're all serpents trying to gatekeep information, hidden mysteries and secrets of the cosmos and the realm. You're all wrong. And you're all wrong. The God's own chosen people are not blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryans, but they're also not all and every single Bantu individual by just the fact that they were born a certain way. Serpents come of all different shades, sizes, and colours, but they all tend to be, inverted biologically, not natural-born males and females, but they all are of all different races and ethnicities and class backgrounds. But mostly, yes, they tend to be middle-class, comfortable, posh. But some of them are more on the Pavo line of the spectrum, okay? And they're the ones that get you. They get you. They can fool you. Okay, so, the thing is, God's chosen people are a mixed multitude, which logically, reasonably would imply mixed people.
Strangely enough, she must have actually read the Bible. I have to give it to her on that. I got to give it to her on that one. She must have actually read the Bible and understands that God's people are a mixed multitude. Now, they did interbreed. In fact, the Jewish people, one of the reasons that they're self-selective. They select highly. They have high in-group selection. I would highly recommend that people read, and I'll leave a link in the description or in the comments, to The Culture of Critique by Dr. Kevin MacDonald. So she is right there. Now, I don't believe in God's chosen people or anything like that nature. I'm not a particularly religious person. If I were to have a religion, it would most likely be, well, I am a scientific pantheist, but if I was to have a denomination, it would most likely be something like cosmotheism, a non-racial cosmotheism. I'm not what's funny is I'm not a white supremacist. Everybody thinks I am. I'm not. I do accept the concepts of La Raza Cosmica. I've pointed that out a gazillion times. But let's see what Jode has to say in between her religious ramblings.
Meaning mixed skin tones, hair colors, really, hair textures, and yeah. So it's not just one ethnicity, one nationality. Aryans, yes, a lot of serpents are Aryan, blonde hair, blue.
Now, that's inconsistent with the biblical teachings, as the biblical teachings, now, sort of, now she claims to be Torah observant. If you're Torah observant, that's inaccurate, because the Israelites, who are of a mixed multitude of people, are indeed of one nationality. They are the Israelites. Okay, now they are made of a mixed multitude of people, but they have high in-group selection, meaning they breed amongst themselves. Okay, that's, according to the Torah, that would be God's chosen people. Now, if you're a Christian, see, I like to point this out to people because people like to say Jesus was Jewish. I like to point out that Jesus was Jewish until the moment he created Christianity. And he didn't really create Christianity. Christianity is a sect of Judaism in a lot of ways. But in Jesus' preaching, he expanded Judaism to non-Jewish people, non-Israelites. Okay, that's what you have to understand. So at that point, that's when, if you're a Christian, you can't be Torah observant and be a Christian, and you can't be a Christian and be Torah observant. There are aspects of the Torah which pertain to Christianity, and there are aspects of Christianity which pertain to the Torah. But you can't you can't be Jewish and Christian or Christian and Jewish. The two are not, they don't blend with one another as seamlessly as people like to pretend they do. But let's see what Jude has to say.
About 6 foot plus tall. Not all 6 foot plus tall people are serpents, though. Hi. But they tend to be monstrously tall in addition to having blue hair. Blue eyes and blonde hair. Yes, some of them dye their hair blue, of course, but you know, those are just the witches. But as for a lot of serpents being Aryan doesn't mean they're the only serpents. Serpent seed could be a Bantu Nigerian princess, quote unquote princess, yeah? They could be a Swedish prince or knight with blonde hair, blue eyes, and near 7 foot tall. They could be Oriental, Japanese, they could be Korean, right? What do they all in common? They are serpent seed, hellspawn of Satan, of the devil. And God's people.
When people start talking about things like demonic possession and who's the seed or spawn of the devil, you have to ask yourself, are these people mentally well? And I think the answer is no.
The Israelites, the living souls, the blessed seed of God, we are of all different shades.
Keep in mind, this is the person who's clearly paranoid that thinks I'm a perp when I'm the only one defend. Like, this is the thing. I've never thrown anybody under the bus. I'm being accused of throwing people under the bus. I'm being accused, actually I should say this, other people are being accused of defending me for things I'm not guilty of, but because they're so cowardly, they want to come out and go, I'm not defending anybody. I don't da-da-da-da-da. Never said anybody was defending me. The only people that are saying that you people are defending me are the people that are stalking me. They're not saying, like, that's the whole thing. They're saying this to get you to attack me. Now, if you're too stupid to understand that, that's your problem, not mine. I'm not attacking anybody. I won't attack anybody. Now, Jode, I might a little bit, because Jode was very aggressive toward Adrasdia. I think Jode is in on this. I really do. If not by choice, then by coercion, to get her precious subscribers back. But I guess that's all for this video. I don't want to drag this out through the whole frickin' video of schizophrenic delusions here. And that's all.